This is a quote from Rusty Hardin, that is Deshaun Watson's lawyer. This is from Pro Football Talk. And basically, Rusty Hardin, the lawyer, does not have high expectations for the finished product. I don't know what it's going to be like, but I'm not optimistic, Hardin told Mary Kay Cabot from the Plain Dealer and cleveland.com. G. Bush, I know you went into great detail on this topic from a YouTube show that you did. So folks that want the whole length of this can go and Google that. But as you look at this, it's a public relations thing right now that, you know, that Busby is doing and that Hardin has to fight and that Deshaun Watson has to fight. When you looked at this pretty deeper, what'd you find?
Well, there's, one of the things I tried to go into it was because like so many people, I'm just I'm a fan at the end of the day. I'm not a lawyer or an attorney or anybody. But one of the things that I wanted to get was, I know a lot of this stuff is public record and I know a lot of this stuff is out there to be had. I just wasn't feeling like I was well informed, right? As a journalist or a media guy, I felt like there was information out there that, we could look and take a look at to kind of see both sides. One of the things that I kept coming back with was everyone just kept coming back with, 22 accusations. And that's what the highlighted version, 22. I can't believe him after 22 women said this. So what I wanted to do was go dig into it and say, okay, well, if there are 22 accusations, let me see what they say. And what is Deshaun Watson's side on this? And out of all of we've heard the women's and the accusations, but we didn't hear really what Deshaun Watson is, what went on, how it happened, what is his side of the story. And some of this stuff that I unearthed, I had to go back and it took me so long to go through it because I wanted to make sure my eyes were seeing what it was seeing. I ran it by a couple people, I kind of, looked at and tried to find corroborating documentation. And then I was finally comfortable with just kind of like coming out, breaking down what it said in his description of what he was saying. And I found that if you look at what Deshaun Watson is saying, there are some things in his testimony, just like the women's testimony, that are things lawyers have to say. There's a couple of things like, his lawyer kind of diminished the, the mental aspects of it, of the trauma they went through. I kind of threw that out because I said, hey, I can't really I can't judge somebody's trauma. Like trauma takes place in lots of different ways and it manifests itself. It can be now, later, or down the road. So I kind of threw that out. So I was trying to find the median. I was trying to find the stuff that would give me some pause. And there were some things in the documentation in terms of, people admitting to other family members and friends that they would not been doing this if it was not for money. There was two cases in that spoke of two individuals. I even read the redacted forms. I didn't want their names to be out there, even though you can find the unredacted. But just two individuals who basically said, hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the money. There was a couple other situations where they had went and told other people that they wanted to, work with Deshaun Watson even after the alleged incident happened. They have corroborating testimony from family members, from text messages and things like that. And for me, I just said to myself, that doesn't actually prove that, one side or the other is guilty or innocent. But what it does do is says, hey, I would like to hear more information about that inside of a civil suit. I wouldn't jump to conclusions just because his lawyer said that. But there are some things that I think should tell people that want to be well-informed and want to be unbiased in the conversation to say, hey, I might want to hear that under testimony. I would like to hear that. And I think I should withhold judgment until the civil suits are out. And so that's just what I went to find the information. I wasn't coming in to try to find a winner or a loser or who's more guilty or not. I was just trying to come in and find some information, and that information was there. And if you want to just check it out, you can go just search Garrett Bush YouTube. Search Garrett Bush on there. It'll be there under the barbershop, and you can watch that and check it out. Take a look out for yourself.
Yeah, and again, it's an entire program, so go do that. And I appreciate you breaking that down, and it was really interesting, and that was actually some really good work